Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala. We are about to bring you a fascinating new trial here on Court TV Live starting next week. It's the Millionaire murder trial in Missouri. Now, the suspect in this murder case is David Jungerman, a longtime Kansas City businessman who at one point was worth more than $30 million. Now, the victim, Tom Pickert, was an attorney, marathon runner, and an Ironman triathlete. Now, prosecutors say the motive was a multi-million-dollar judgment the victim won against the suspect after Jungerman shot another man. Now, this trial was going on while we were covering the Ohio family massacre trial, but of course it was so good we didn't want you to miss it. Well, Court TV legal correspondent Julia Janae gets us caught up on this case.
In Kansas City, Missouri, 39-year-old personal injury attorney Tom Pickert was shot on the front porch of his home just moments after dropping his two sons off at school.
The his husband was shot in the front yard. Suspect was in a white van with no back window.
Prosecutors believe the now 84-year-old millionaire David Jungerman was driving that white van back on October 25th of 2017.
Emily hears a second loud pop. She again looks out the second floor window. She does not see her husband. Instead, Emily's eyes are drawn to movement inside a white van parked across the street from the house, across from where her husband had been standing on the sidewalk. Emily sees a white cargo-style van.
But the conflict between Jungerman and Pickert goes back to 2012, when Pickert represented a homeless man who was shot by Jungerman because he believed he was stealing copper from his baby furniture business. The victim, Jeffrey Harris, had to have his leg amputated, and Pickert won a $5.7 million payout for Harris.
Let me take you now to a few days later, after the liens were filed. It is now October 25th, 2017. Just after 8 a.m., Pickert and his dog have just returned home. Tom Pickert does not know. He could not know what is about to happen.
During the investigation of Pickert's death, police searched Jungerman's home and found a recorded conversation between David Jungerman and his longtime farmhand.
People know that I murdered that son of a bitch. That's what the media is trying to say. But they just no way to figure out what's going on.
With that mountain of evidence, you know why David Jungerman was charged with the crime of murder in the first degree and armed criminal action. And you know now what this case is about.
Prosecutors say less than 2 weeks before Pickert was shot to death, Jungerman searched for an article asking, can a .22 LR caliber bullet penetrate a human skull? And a week before the shooting, Jackson County court officials began the process of seizing Jungerman's estate to pay the almost $6 million settlement. Prosecutors point to surveillance video of Jungerman's van near the crime scene and a statement he made after Pickert won his case against him. After the verdict, Jungerman allegedly said, quote, none of this matters. I have 186 guns. I did it once before. I will do it again. You can't touch me, end quote.
I'm here to make a promise to you that my evidence, as I'm going to describe it, is going to be accurate. And part of the defense evidence, and we don't have to put evidence on, but in this case we will. Part of the defense evidence in this case is going to be the state's evidence. Some of it is false.
Jungerman's defense is challenging the credibility of investigators, going so far as to accuse them of planting evidence. They also claim investigators destroyed over 35 license plate readings from videos and lost audio from Jungerman's police interrogation that could have been helpful to their case.
We are confident, based on what is undeniably unfair treatment of my client with a bias confirmation, a desire to show that he in fact had to have done it, then it will fall in your laps to decide whether the state has met its burden of proving beyond a reasonable doubt each and every element of first-degree murder against our client and armed criminal action, and we say not even close, folks.
All right, still with us, celebrity divorce attorney Carlos Lastra. Lastra, you know, this one, it smacks of just privilege. Like, this is a millionaire who thinks he can get away with anything, because this clearly wasn't a well-thought-out plan.
No, not at all. And, you know, unfortunately, this lawyer, I mean, he was doing his job.
Yeah.
I mean, this wasn't going to change anything. That's a $5.75 million award. Mm-hmm. It's not going to go away.
Right.
And frankly,
well, that's why I say it just smacks of privilege, because he's a guy who used to having his way. This didn't go his way. He was getting tired of it. And it seems like this is how he decided to deal with it. He had dealt with something else the same way, because that's how he even got involved in that particular lawsuit. Somebody was on his property. I guess he thought this homeless person was stealing from him and shot him.
Yeah, in fact, what the issues were in that particular case is that this homeless person was collecting copper, is what the allegations are. And he said he was doing that, he was stealing from him. And so, kind of akin to my earlier comments, this is like outlaw justice.
Yes.
That's not what we do in this country.
Yeah.
And so he had his opportunity to be heard. He should let the process play out. If he doesn't like it, he can appeal. And it's just bad decisions.
And then he's the kind of guy, again, he's making comments to other people about actually shooting the guy. Yeah. He's like saying it, he forgets a recorder's on, and he says, hey, you know, they all know that I shot that guy, you know, that lawyer. You know, it's so perfect. We were talking about Yellowstone. It's something out of Yellowstone.
Right. It's so brazen.
Yes.
He's 84 years old.
Yep.
You would think he would have learned something by now.
Yeah.
Walking on this earth. And certainly learned something enough to be an accomplished person, that he's become a multi-millionaire. It's just a waste.
Yeah, it's a waste. And you know, and learn enough to, if you're going to do this, think the plan out. He uses a van that has, you know, markings on it, that it's easily identifiable, doesn't even try to hide that. Again, he says things to other people that implicates him in this. He uses a caliber of gun that's very rare. And then he's in possession of that caliber gun and caliber bullets. I mean, I see it as an easy case for the state. Any thoughts on a defense?
Well, yeah, and you were actually trying to make some of these defenses. These are some of the arguments a defense lawyer might make if those facts were different. But that's not the situation here. I mean, he is, and frankly, most of the time, these people get caught, especially nowadays with the type of level of forensic evidence that we have, and cell phone technology, digital forensic evidence and everything else. Inevitably, these people get caught.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And one of the ways they tracked him down, they followed his van from his house all the way to the guy's house and all the way back.
Exactly.
So you're not going to get away with it.